In the last episode, we talked a little bit about how thought and emotion, is affecting our physical body. I remember for the longest time, people said, stress is making somebody sick. I always thought, how does that happen? How can being worried or stressed affect anything in your physical body? It's just emotion, right? Well, the reason being is because everything in your physical body, especially digestion and metabolism and all of that, is adjusted or controlled by your hormones. And so if your hormones are out of whack, then there's going to be weight gain. You're going to build up insulin resistance. You're going to have all sorts of problems related to stress. Your adrenal glands get affected. And so people have to be literally healed in their adrenals after long seasons of trauma or hardship or stress or what have you. That's why you have got to have time to de-stress. You've got to have time to get away from it all. It's important for you to do that. You can't keep carrying all the load emotionally that you're carrying. These, again, are the things we don't adjust in our daily basis, and they keep building up and building up and building up. And that's why you have so many gut issues, digestive problems. You can't get that weight off because you're constantly releasing cortisol, right? It's not the hormone that you want to be released. You don't want to be, bathing in endorphins. You want to be at peace, right? You want your hormones to be balanced. And so to do that, you have to adjust your attitude. People can't sleep at night because of this. They have insomnia because of this. So they're trying to take something, whether it's medicines or, do something like take a bath before you go to sleep, get a glass of warm milk, put soothing, whatever they try to do, it doesn't work because the issue is deep in you. You need time to heal. Those adrenals need to heal. Those hormones need to get balanced again. So to do that, it all starts in your mind. Why? Because your hormones don't have eyes and ears. They only react to what's going on in your head. And so your head, whatever's going on in your head consistently controls your emotions, and that's what starts the whole process. So we got to get it back to that. Now it would help for you to get your nutrition in order. We talk about that a lot. It would help a lot if you would stop eating the sugars, if you would stop eating all of those carbs, and you start to eat vegetables and you ate healthy fats and you got your diet in order. Because that in and of itself would I swear that would cut out about 50% of the nonsense that you deal with emotionally and physically. Just changing your diet and including some exercise in your life. But after that, if you're taking time each and every day to adjust your attitude, not just wait for it to get out of alignment and then adjustment, although that's important, but also to be proactive, to do things like exercise. So like I said before, for me, I can't just wait till I'm in pain and then start doing the exercises that the chiropractors recommend. No, it's better that I get up and do the exercises before something happens. To be proactive, not to let the problem begin to accrue, don't let that problem begin to accumulate. Do the things that promote healthy, posture and, physical movement and circulation. Do all that now. Work on your posture now. Don't let it get bad. The only way to do that is to be proactive, to say, okay, I'm going to do this in the morning. I'm going to do this once every hour, whatever you got to do. Again, if you have those affirmations, those pre-written things that have to do particularly with your situation and your particular emotional and mental challenges, get those things written down, keep them with you, and be proactive. Don't wait till things get bad. Be proactive. Even if you feel good, get them out again. Keep reinforcing that stronger side of you because that other side is going to creep in. That weaker, negative self is going to creep in at some point. So you have to be proactive. You have to keep crowding out the evil, flooding yourself with that positivity. Be proactive about it, and you won't have those emergency situations, right? It's like putting some money aside for emergencies. And so that way, when the emergency comes, guess what? You're not screwed. But if people spend every dime that they make and they don't put anything aside for emergencies, Well, when the emergency comes, you got to borrow money. You're in a crisis situation because you weren't proactive. You say, well, CJ, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I understand. It may mean you either need to get some extra work or you just got to cut back. You say, well, I've cut back enough. You might have to cut back some more, right? In order to accrue the funds necessary to take care of emergencies. How many times have you seen somebody, who's living paycheck to paycheck and then something happens to their car, right? The engine goes out, tires, whatever. And what do? They can't rent a car. They don't have the money to get it fixed. But if you had set aside that $2,000, then guess what? You can do something. May not pay for it all. Usually it will cover the cost, but at least you have an option. You have some option. You don't need as much. But that means, again, doing things daily. It's about maintenance, health, finance, job, your personal growth, relationships. All of these have to do with the daily maintenance, the daily adjustments, the things you've got to do daily to preserve each and every area of your life so that you can grow, so that you can prevail, so that you can become more dominant, right? To become more totalistic in your outlook, not leaving all of these neglected areas without attention, but giving yourself fully and completely to those areas primarily that need help. And then once you get that squared away, you can move on to the next. Can you dig it? I hope you can.